Hey, it's Bortone, your go-to video guy with a deeper look at the Lumina webcam. I'm going to share my screen here and you can see why I'm so excited about this camera that I have and use. It's a really high quality 4K camera. You have a tremendous amount of flexibility in terms of all the adjustments you can make based on the zoom or the sharpness or the hue or the saturation. So this is their website. You can see a few of the examples here, and this is what the webcam looks like, which I am using as we speak. And again, you can see the various controls you have here, which I'm going to show you here. Hey, it's Bortone, your go-to video guy, and I know I've told you how much I love my Lumina webcam, which I'm using right now. It is a 4K camera. It has a couple different modes. Right now I'm in the super duper mode, but I can come back here and go to what's called Lumina Camera Raw, which I actually like a little bit better. I think the other one's almost too sharp. So one of the cool things about this webcam is that you can control, even without the lighting, you can control the hue, so I can get pinky or brighter. So I can control the hue on the fly. I can control the saturation. So I can decide, how much saturation I want, the exposure level, the white balance, which you can also set as manual. So if I just go manual on all this stuff, see how low the exposure is there, so I have to adjust it here, and then maybe even take it down a notch or two. So on this controller I have, I can do pretty much everything on the fly. Even though I'm recording on Zoom, I'm controlling it through my Lumina webcam. I can also control the zoom. You can see my messy office as I go out behind the green screen here. So I can control the zoom on the fly. I can control the sharpness, the blur behind me, although right now I have a green screen background that is blurred already. So let me change that out just so that it won't influence the image too much here. So this is what's behind me naturally. I do have my lights on, so it's a little hot, a little bright. But again, I can adjust that here. I can take down the saturation, the brightness, the exposure level, the whole deal until it's the way I want it. I can also reduce or increase the sharpness. So there's a lot of little adjustments that you can make here. And this camera, besides being an awesome camera, gives you an enormous amount of control over the image in general. So if I go, for instance, this is the Lumina. Now if I switch to my regular Mac iCam, so now if I'm just on the iMac camera, you can see the difference. It's pretty incredible difference, really, when you look at it. Let's go back to the Lumina here. And you can see again, just richer, sharper, better composition all around. And then if I go to, again, I've got several different webcams connected here. So if I go to my FaceTime HD built-in cam, that's this. So the Mac camera on its own is not bad, but again, I'm getting a lot of pink here, I'm getting way too much of the background. So if I go back to my Lumina here, I just, again, brighter, crisper. I can change the exposure, bring it down a little bit because I have a lot of natural light. It's a very sunny day, so there's a lot of light coming in from the window over here too, so I have to adjust for that. But again, the Lumina gives you an enormous amount of control. And the next thing I'll do is I will do a side-by-side of the Lumina versus the CenterCam, which I don't have hooked up yet, but I'll hook up now and I'll do a side-by-side so you can see the difference between the Lumina webcam and the CenterCam. I'll show you one other thing here, because on my Mac camera I have eyeglasses, the eyeglasses app. So with that I could do kind of the same thing, but you can see again I really don't like the as much pink as I'm getting here, so I'd have to change the tint And I can go into eyeglasses and essentially do the same thing and adjust the saturation and the sharpness and the exposure, but it's still not as good as the Lumina. So when I go back to the Lumina webcam, which is what I use as the default, I just have, again, I have to go back and adjust the hue and the sharpness and the saturation, but I can, work on it till it's just exactly the way I want it. And then we're off and running. So that's the Lumina webcam. Really great webcam, and it's the one that I recommend and use above all others. However, I will show you the CenterCam and you can do a side-by-side comparison, so stay tuned for that. Hey, it's Bortone, and I'm back here with a side-by-side comparison of the Lumina webcam versus the CenterCam. So on the right hand side of your screen, this is me on Lumina, and on the left hand side of the screen you can see the same image in the same background with the CenterCam. So you can decide for yourself, but I still think the Lumina is far and away the best webcam you can get. By the way, I like the CenterCam as well, but I've gotten so used to looking up to where the webcam is that now when I use the CenterCam, I'm looking up at the camera instead of the center of the screen where the camera is, which is the whole point. So I'm going to switch back here just for a second so I can show you the CenterCam. But this is the CenterCam. So you can see it clips onto the computer, and then the lens comes down to the middle of the screen. So the idea is you can look directly at the screen, like most of us are used to doing, and you'll be looking at the camera, which works fine in theory, but like I said, I've gotten so used to looking up there that I tend to just do that now. There's your comparison, Lumina versus CenterCam, Lumina versus regular iMac camera, and I'm sticking with the Lumina. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Thanks, and bye. For now.